Hi guys, welcome to this week's Spicule Live. I apologise that I'm struggling to look at the camera. The Dell XPS has a funny camera set at the bottom, so I was sort of trying to look at it, but you won't see much of me anyway. This week we are live from Washington DC and Arlington, where we've been working on some machine learning and data discovery stuff with JPL, which has been cool, as part of the DARPA program to help discover human trafficking, weapon smuggling, drug smuggling, that type of thing, crawling the dark web and the not so dark web. And so we've been over here sort of trying to simplify package management and make stuff easy for the end users who aren't necessarily of the technical variety. And so we have been working with the JPL guys with a package called Spicule. Spicule is a web crawler, and the web crawler will crawl the web, look at the contents of websites, bring it back, and allow you to do post-processing, further analysis, and that type of stuff. And it's a research project, so getting it installed is either copy and pasting a bunch of stuff off the wiki, or Docker compose, Docker build file, and it's not the most glamorous way to get it up and running. So we've been working with snap packages, and so what we'll go through in this session is just what we've been doing to make deployment of Spicule onto a Linux system, Linux server, nice and easy, to try and help get these guys going. So instead of me, so you look at me, I will start sharing a screen. Oh, I can't see it. Hold on. Again. So what I'm going to show first is the makeup of this file. If I just make this screen a little bit bigger, there we go. So this is the snap package, and the snap package is really just a YAML file that explains how the snap hangs together, how the package hangs together. And Canonical built the snap package format for their phone stuff that sort of died a death, but the snap packaging lives on. Cool thing is that I can install the same package on a bunch of different Linux systems. I can install it on Ubuntu, Fedora, Arch, SUSE, and a couple of others. And I have the same package, and the same package would install in the same way on each system and work the same way. It's also secure. They can confine stuff and make a large part of it, if you design it in that way, read-only. And so users can't go in, chop stuff around. Nefarious hackers can't go and change stuff, because it uses SquashFS, which is a read-only file system, to mount your application into the Linux system. So at the top, you can see the applications. This section here defines what the user is allowed to run, in the path at least. And so there is inject, crawl, and Solar. Down the bottom, there's different parts, and so a application may be made up of a range of different bits and pieces. In my case, we have a Java binary that will execute the different bits and pieces that are needed to do the crawl. That writes out to Solar, and so we also have Solar and a couple of tweaks inside there to install Solar as a convenience package. Of course, you can have a separate Solar, but it makes sense for us and for simplicity just to put everything into one place. So that's the snap definition. You can find this stuff on GitHub, so it's not top secret. What we're going to do is show you guys how to install it. So everyone has to look at me again for a second, for which I apologize. And I'll just check this one. There we go. So, okay, we have a basic terminal with nothing in it. Full screen, there we go. Okay, so what we need to do first, obviously, is install the snap. So I'll have a look here. Anyone can run this. This is live from the Snap store. And so on any latest Ubuntu Xenial installation, you can do snap install Sparkler, and you can use dev mode and beta, and it will go off to the Snap store and download the latest Sparkler package, which is what it's doing now. So you saw when we sort of designed the definition that it's got the Java part, it's got the Solar part. So what will happen is once this is downloaded, it will install it onto my laptop, and the Solar part that was defined within the Snap itself is a service, and so the service will start, and users will be able to interact with it, which we will be able to see in 15 seconds, apparently. I do love being in DC to have real fast internet. So it's downloaded the packages, and it's now installed Sparkler beta onto my laptop. And so what should happen now is if we swap back, we go back over here, and I get rid of that one, and then refresh this. Yes, so you can see we have Solar up and running. Solar, and there's no cores. It's just a bog standard Solar 6.6 release. It's there to start logging bits and pieces. The other thing that we have as well is, if I just strip off that and change it to that, is Banana. So Banana is a fork of Kibana. Currently it says there's nothing there, and it's right, there is nothing, there's no collection for it to look at, but this dashboard will start returning data for us hopefully in a second. So if I go and find my terminal, where's it gone? There it is. And put everything on the same screen. There we go. So I have my terminal, and now I can call inject. So sparkler.inject is the binary that the command we put into the Snap definition that allows users to inject stuff that you should be able to crawl into the Solar index. So if we hit go, it'll create a new core. So remember, the Solar was empty, so the first time around it will create a core to make sure that it actually knows where to put stuff. And when it's happy with that, it waits a couple of seconds just to make sure Solar comes up. And you can see that at the bottom here, we've got this S job. So, wrong one. I can copy that. And then if I do Sparkler crawl, and then just change this S job number, it will spring into life, hopefully. And as you can see, it's just starting to do the Sparkler crawl. And Sparkler crawl will go off to the website and look up various details about that site that I've defined. This is Tika. It could obviously be absolutely anything. If I then change the dates here to make it so it's later than now, you can see we've started crawling and retrieving documents. And so I can then read it again, and it'll iterate, and it will start fanning out across the different links that it finds within websites and continue crawling. You can obviously iterate hundreds, thousands, millions of times if you want. And it will go and do its thing. And you can see loads of stuff being scrolled out to the screen. So this is, this is cool. We have had literally a zero config installation of Sparkler, which until today, takes a little bit of effort. It's not the most tricky thing to set up in the world, but you need to be able to download Solar, you need to be able to stand it up and all that type of stuff. And literally out the box, 3 commands, and you've got it downloaded in a way that you can run on a bunch of different Linux systems. You can then start instantly crawling and checking your sources over the web. And this will hopefully be finished soon. There we go. We're going to hit go again. And you can see how now it's got 1,879 documents. If I make that nice and full screen, zoom in a bit for you. So people who make use of the crawling technology from JPL now have a really cool way to be able to install it on a server. You can spin up an EC2 server in next to no time, snap install, do your crawl, shut the whole thing down, and the server's been been and gone, and it's taken very little effort to set up. So that is largely what we've been working on this week. You are more than welcome to try it out. As I said, you can install it. Let's get that back on the screen for you so you can see. So, sudo snap install Sparkler, dev mode of beta for now, because we haven't actually done a formal release. But that will install Sparkler onto your system. The cool thing about snaps as well is that they do in-place update. So when we release a new version, you'll get a new version. There's no apt-get update or yum update. It's all seamless. And that way it makes a great way for packages to be able to stay current, stay up to date. So that is largely what we have been up to here in DC this week. Luckily, I am off home, back to England tomorrow. Not for very long, I suspect, but we've had a nice time out here in DC. Thank you very much to JPL, and we'll see you again next week. Bye for now.